Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Vishnu. So today we are going to see Copilot Agent Mode. So using this Copilot Agent Mode, we'll do the stock data analysis with Python. We'll calculate the exponential moving average and draw the Bollinger Band. So let's get started with our video. So the topics today we are going to cover the Copilot agent mode, and using that we'll do the stock data analysis using Python. Not just the prompt engineering, but we'll do the context prompt engineering, and will the aim is to convert raw data we get from NSE, the stock data, right? So we'll use that data to calculate the averages and the standard deviation. We'll draw the Bollinger Band, we'll process the data and various other calculations. So for that we will use Pandas, VS Code and the GitHub Copilot. So those are our topics. So Copilot agent mode, right? So what is the difference between a chat mode and a Copilot agent mode? So the Copilot agent mode has like 5 features in it, right? So one thing is it is an autonomous operation. That means given a prompt, it can analyze the prompt, it can plan the task, and it can execute on its own. So that's what is mean by autonomous operation, and it's a iterative, like once you have given the prompt, so it does the iterative changes and the adjustments so that it can achieve the goal. So that's the iterative approach. And also no, so since it's agent, it doesn't mean it's autonomous and it can do whatever it wants. So you can have the capability to intervene, review and undo the changes. And it can also integrate, since we are doing the GitHub Copilot in a VS Code, so it can leverage various tools within the VS Code, and it can create the goals or the task you have given efficiently. And in order to perform this agent mode like autonomous and very good output, right? So your prompt has to be very good. Yeah. So in the context engineering, we'll not just give any prompt, random prompt, right? So we'll do more than that. Like you will give the what is the database it is going to use, where is the file location, and we'll also say if it is required, it will also can self-correct, and we'll say we'll draw the Bollinger Band. So in the prompt engineering, we are also providing lot of context to it so that it can do the better, achieve the better whatever we ask for. Okay, so let's move on to see how we can do the like how different is the prompt engineering, right? Like with the context engineering. So what do we do, right? So so here is the example of the context engineering prompt. So what our task is to read the raw NSE data, and then calculate some averages on the stocks, and calculate the standard deviation, and draw the Bollinger Band. So this is the typical data processing we have to do. But so when we say NSE stock data, right? So around 3000 stocks are there. So within that, for each respective stock we have to calculate this. So it is not just one stock, but we have to calculate for around 3000 stocks. So currently I have in my database around 4 years of data from NSE, and that is stored in Parquet. So I'm giving that context, the stock database, and I'm giving the where is it located, the Parquet file, and to read the Parquet file as a data frame and calculate below. So we are saying calculate the average in the new column for symbol, group by symbol, for the column close. So similarly for the quantity or the volume, which is a very important indicator in the stock, right? And also we'll calculate the standard deviation in order to do the uh, Bollinger Bands. And we in order to know the strength and the move of that day, right? So we will also take multiply the close and the quantity so that we can get the value amount of so out of 3000, which one do we focus? Should we focus on very low value or very in crores, right? So we'll see, and we'll focus on only those ones. So and also in order to see, let's say it has moved 2%, but did it move with volume or it is just move with the manipulated price? So that's why we will divide the like volume by average volume. And also it has to correct if there are any errors, syntax errors while it is generating, did it make any mistakes. So here you can see the raw data we get from NSE. So this is in Excel, and we will transform this into average price and the uh, like average price, average volume, standard deviation. So these are the transformation we are going to run on this data, and finally we will get the output to get the average of the close, average of the volume, and the standard deviation and the product, etc. And lastly, you can see we have will draw the Bollinger Band on one of the stock. So let's get on to coding. I will show how this is executed on the VS Code. Let's hop over. Uh, we have taken the context engineering prompt, like we are given all the details in the prompt, and this is the VS Code in the agent mode. So you can see we have the agent mode selected, and we are using a GP2 401. So this is our model, and so I gave this prompt and it started running. So it is asking me to run the cell, and it has calculated all the average close and the quantity here. So it is reading the Parquet file, and it is able to calculate the all the averages I wanted. So let's check for one of the stock ONGC and run it. So here you can see we are able to successfully run and calculate the metrics we have asked for. So let's change it for 10 rows. And yeah, if you see here, I think this quantity and all are in the scientific format, so which is not readable. So let's see if we can divide by 1000 and see if you are able to get in the like floating point format. So I'll divide this by 1000. Yeah, let's run the code. Yeah, execute this once again. So, but still, I think there is no change in the format of the average quantity and the value, right? So, still it is in the scientific format. So, I don't like this format, and it is not readable and easy to understand. So let's see if with another stock we'll be able to see any change in the format. No, it's the same. So I think we have to change this. So so for let's prompt this for each of the columns which are numbers. We wanted to do it in a two floating point display in the floating point with the two decimals. Yeah, run the cell. Yeah, it has run successfully. Just rerun the cell again. Yeah, let's run for TCS and see if it's any better. Yes. So now you can see the number in a two decimal format, so which is readable. Let's check for another stock, Bell, and yeah. So yeah, it's better now. But if you see, the close is around 410, and the average is around 200. So maybe it is taking from past 4 days and averaging. So I wanted to take only for 1 year. So from the Parquet file, consider uh, only the records which are like 1 years old. Let's run this prompt. Yeah, so it is modifying the code. So it has modified, and we'll run this cell now. Okay, go ahead and run the updated cell, filter the records from the last 1 year and perform. Okay, so let's run this cell. Okay, let's clear and rerun everything. Okay, so it is throwing some error. So date is a issue. So yeah, so so date is not a column. So I'll say we already have a S date, which is a string date in the. So I'll prompt this. It has S date as a column. So here you can see I just gave S date, and it is able to understand, and it is able to figure out that. So let's see. So since this is in agentic mode, it is able to understand the context and modify our cells easily. So it has changed from a date to S date. Yeah, that's good. So let's rerun the cell. Okay. So it is able to run, and now the compilation error is gone. So it has fixed the that has fixed the issue. So let's rerun now. And if you see, 410 is the closing price, and then 310 is the average. So which is 100 rupees a difference, which is a very huge difference in the average. So so that difference, maybe it is because of the average we have taken. Maybe we have to take the exponential moving average. So instead of simple moving average, use the exponential moving average. Yeah, so it has updated the cell again, and it has changed the average to moving average, exponential moving weighted average. Okay, let's rerun the cell. Okay, yeah, let's rerun the cell once again. 410, and still it is so we don't know what is the configuration. So let's say use the EMA for 30 days. Okay, so it has updated the cell. Let's rerun again. Okay, let's rerun. So now 410 and 387, it is much better. But instead of 30 days, I wanted to use 22 days because in a month, 22 are the trading days. So this is monthly moving average. So let's change it to 22. So instead of print, let's do a formatting of the rows. So let's rerun this changed code and see what is the output, and also just organize into different cells. So I don't want you to read every time this Parquet. So let's rerun again. Yeah. So now you can see 414 is the last closing price, and then 396 is the average. So this is a lot better than earlier, which is 300. So now that we have a good average, let's draw the Bollinger Band. So for one of the stocks, draw the Bollinger Band for BEL stock. Let's run this, execute this cell. So let's see if it has created the code. Yes, so it has created the code for drawing the Bollinger Bands. So let's rerun this, accept the change and run this. So nothing is happening. So maybe this. Okay, let's see. So this is seems to be a markdown cell. So let's copy this and create a new code cell and see if this works. So let's copy, delete this cell, and then we'll create a new and we will rerun this. So let's run this. Yes, so we are able to see it is beautifully able to run the Bollinger Band. But looking at it, when it has taken the S date, I feel it is still a string date which is not ordered. So I wanted to change this to like not just a string, but I wanted to do it on the timestamp. So let's get the data types for each of the columns. So these are the data types, and the timestamp is the actual column where we have the timestamp. Others are a string which is not reliable for sorting on the date. So I'll change this to a timestamp. So where are the occurrences of the S date? Let's see. Okay. So let's change the and rerun all of them. So let's run this. Okay, it has run successfully. Yeah, so it's still the same, but I just wanted to S date is still there. So let's replace this all these S date columns with the timestamp. So timestamp is a column, right? So let's take this timestamp column and replace the S date. Let's rerun this. Yes, clear all output or run all the cells. Yeah, so it was able to run the. That's it, folks. So we have used the Copilot agentic mode to calculate the averages on the NSE stocks, which are like 3000, and we were without much of the code. Our Copilot agent is able to do a lot of stuff for us. So I hope you like this video and you'll use this kinds of calculation for your data processing using Python and GitHub Copilot. Thank you.